Okay, so this is episode 5 of the American Nightmare podcast. Yeah, we'd have 5 now.
Nice.
And I didn't publish 4 until today.
Oh, well, yeah, you know what? I went on because I couldn't remember the name of it, and I was telling my buddy about it, and he was like, what's it called? I was like, shit, hold on. And I have it like on my Google podcast. It's like, oh, we haven't got the new one up yet.
Yeah, you know what it was is I was just very busy.
Was that Gallstone that did it?
There's a number of things that I was very busy this month. My trying to get my divorce done with, there's all kinds of crap going on, but I delay. I did some editing like the first week right after we recorded it, and then all kinds of crap was happening. I didn't have time, and then I did some more editing last week, and then I finished it up today and just published it like right before you guys showed up.
Nice.
Hopefully I'll do it faster this time. I'm trying to get it into a process, so I wrote scripts to try and make it happen faster.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see what happens.
Sweet.
Okay, so...
Can I play the part of damsel in distress?
Sure.
Sweet.
So I want to talk about some news, right? Movie news. So number 1 is the new Rob Zombie movie, 3 from Hell. On his Instagram and his Twitter feed, he posts a picture of an actor that's going to be in it every day.
I have to start following that. I don't think I follow Zombie. I should. I like Zombie.
And today I was super, super impressed because when I finally saw that Richard Brake is back.
That's good. He was the only good part about 31.
Yes. And he said if you like him as
Doomhead,
you're going to love him in 3 from
Sid
Hell.
Haig, I think, was the first announced, right?
I believe it was. Yeah,
he was the first.
And if you go back and look at his feed, I think he announced like 20 people already.
Wow!
But they're all people that were in all of his other movies.
He likes to do that.
Yeah, he has like a stable of.
Well, Quentin Tarantino sort of did that too.
Yeah, he does too. He has kind of like friends and people that he likes that did good roles. Just bring him back all the time.
I like that.
Yeah,
and of course, Sherry Zombie is in it again. And then the other thing I want to talk about, movie news, New Mutants. Pushed back 4 more months, and he says because they have to refilm nearly the whole movie because they're adding 2 characters.
I wonder what made them decide to do that. I mean, last we spoke, the test audiences really enjoyed the movie, but didn't really see it as a horror so much.
So they were going to add more horror flair to some of the scenes. We're going to refilm part of it, so they pushed it back almost 12 months, right?
Right.
And then it turns out, I was trying to find what the reason, like if they announced anything, other than there's going to be 2 different characters in it. And all the rumors are saying it's because of the Fox and Marvel merger.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because now they're able to use characters that they couldn't use before, maybe?
It hasn't finished yet. But the deal hasn't finished yet. So I think maybe that's why they're pushing it back. Maybe they're waiting for the deal to finish, and they're going to throw these 2 extra characters in. I don't know.
Interesting.
But it seems odd that they just keep pushing it back.
Yeah, because, I mean, that initial trailer, it looked good. Like, I was psyched.
And now they pulled all the trailers. Like, they're not showing them in movie theaters because they were, I mean, what was the movie we went to, like, that they were showing them?
Was it It? No.
Yeah. It was during It.
Yeah.
So that far back, they were already advertising New Mutants.
Yeah.
Huh.
And now it's like nothing.
So what's the new release date now?
I don't remember.
4 months from now.
It was supposed to, so it was going to be, they pushed it back till April
of next year.
But now it's all the way back to the summer of next year.
Jesus.
Yeah. So.
Although, there's a lot of comic movies coming out this summer, so maybe it's not a bad thing to push one.
Yeah, there's a bunch this summer and a bunch next summer too, right?
True. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. So that's with horror movie news. Last time we did talk a little bit about Veronica. Have you guys had a chance to watch that at all?
I did not.
I have not.
I didn't either, but my daughter keeps bugging me to watch it with her, and I'm like, all right, I guess we should.
Yeah, I guess maybe between now and the next show, I'll try and watch it.
I have it queued up.
Write that down.
Yeah, there's a bunch of great stuff that I have queued up, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Yeah.
Also, a little bit, not so much horror, I don't think, but still kind of interesting is the season 2 that Marvel show on FX. What's it called?
Legion.
Legion. Yeah.
Yeah, my IT guy at work, he watches that and he really likes it.
Season 1 was amazing, and season 2 is like mind blown.
It just started, right?
Yeah.
Like last week.
Yeah, two Sundays ago, right? So the second episode just wrapped up this Sunday.
Yeah, he and I talk about comic movies a lot and stuff, and he asked me if I watched it, and I said, no, I haven't watched it yet. I told him you talk about it.
It blows away all of the Netflix
Really?
stuff. Yeah.
Even The Punisher?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, this show is a trip, man.
I'm going to have to watch to check
It's
to see
really
if it's on
a
Hulu.
trip. It is a trip.
He said it's kind of hard to pigeonhole it into like a...
Yeah, it's...
He said, and if you didn't know that it was based on the X-Men, it'd be a while till you even knew that...
Yeah, it took a long time in the first season before you even got an idea of what was going on. I think it was like the second to last, you were like, oh, he's the son of Professor X. And then it's like, from there, it just goes on.
Right.
But it was really... I say horror because it's really... There's a lot of like horror elements to it and scary stuff, right? Because whatever it is possessing his mind is like this demon.
Right.
And they show it like a very horrific type of way. There's a lot of gore, like because he loses his mind and he's like a powerful psychic mutant. And there's a couple scenes where like he loses his mind and like material becomes passed through for everybody. And then he comes back and people are like halfway through the wall.
Oh,
or
Jesus.
they're half into the cement and half hanging out of the cement, like
probably
dead
not healthy.
bodies. Yeah. So I was like, wow, that's pretty, that's
Yeah.
kind of a horror theme.
Yeah.
I started watching the Terror since last.
Oh,
time we spoke.
that's on FX too, right?
Yeah.
About the...
Or is it AMC? Might be
Yeah, AMC. It's
AMC.
AMC, yeah. Like
It's
the...
about the ship,
Right, in the
yeah.
ice.
1846-ish, yeah.
Yeah.
Two
See, and
ships.
the thing is, I wish I could get AMC. Like, I can't get any AMC stuff for free.
Oh.
You have to have a cable account.
But it's pretty good. It's again, in that time period, I sort of like it.
I remember seeing the trailers for it and thought about watching it, but I don't know.
Give it a shot. I think it's only 2 episodes in, 3.
Yeah.
2 or 3, yeah.
all right.
I
Yeah,
recommend
I
it.
have to try that. Check that out. There's got to be some way for me to get it. I got to ask a friend. Like, what I was doing for some of the stuff is I have a friend who has like what's that cable company, Time Warner in New York,
Mm-hmm.
and he has the logins, so I borrow his logins to get it so I can watch stuff online. I'll have to check and see if he has AMC, because I didn't see any of Walking Dead
No?
this past season.
It's funny because I
Yeah.
like the show. I'll stick with it.
I'm
till-
starting to
till
get
it's
numb
done.
to it. I think I'm just.
I don't know. It's different. Like it can't be the same thing all the time. And I kind of like that, there's complex characters and there's not really the good guys and the bad guys. They're all kind of
Right, that's the thing I
variations
liked
of,
about
of
it. Yeah.
both.
There's depth to each character.
I like it, and I think the zombies are used more as like props and weapons now than they are the things that you're running from. But that's good too.
One thing that I'd like to see in the TV show is just give us an explanation.
What started it all?
Yeah, like where did it all come from?
Yeah.
There's a lot of wacky theories. Like people are saying it's.
Well, even Fear the Walking Dead, they didn't really.
I haven't watched that one.
And I heard the shows are crossing over.
Yeah, Morgan, I think from the original is they've been hyping
Premiere
him up
this weekend. I think.
Yeah, they've been hyping him up. Yeah, because this is this Sunday is the last
Finale.
episode of the season, and for the last couple weeks they've shown him in Fear the Walking Dead.
Okay,
So
all right.
But I think
Interesting.
they explained a little bit in Fear the Walking, like the first episode of it, but it wasn't like the government was there.
There was a theory on the internet about Walter White and blue meth.
Oh,
what?
Yeah, that's the theory on the
It's gonna
internet.
be awesome.
And there's actually a couple
Another
episodes.
AMC show, right?
There's a couple episodes of Walking Dead where the prop guys put blue meth in plastic bags in some of the scenes.
Really?
So I have to find the article to show it to you.
Huh.
I was like, really? They stuck blue meth into like the Walking Dead? It's kind of like feeds the fire of that's
Easter egg.
yeah,
That's
like
funny.
blue meth led to the zombie apocalypse.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, it would be a nice crossover.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting. But we'll see how it all ends. It's just not the same show it was season 1. Like the Frank, what was his name?
Yeah, the Punisher.
Darabont. Yeah, well, Frank Darabont, is that his name?
Yeah, the cop.
No, he's the director from the first season.
Oh.
He was the director. He did a bunch. He did like The Mist, the movie The Mist.
Oh, that's
He
good.
directed that,
Hmm.
but he directed the first season of Walking Dead. and it was really good because it followed the comic book almost directly. It was a lot more like really,
Right.
And he filmed it in black and white too. I don't know if you ever saw the black and white version, which was even more impressive than the color version.
You know what? Now that you say that, I think there was they showed like flashbacks or something like that, and they're usually in black and white. So
yeah, because he filmed the whole season 1 in black and white and in color. And actually, if you buy the Blu-ray, you get both versions, so you can watch it either way you want. But he did a great job with it. But then he had a disagreement with the AMC, and he wound up getting shit canned, and they put someone else as the showrunner. But yeah, season 1 it's a very different show from what it was season 1.
It is. That's true. I agree. I still like it though. At some point though, you gotta reach some sort of end.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's because I don't know if AMC is in charge of it or Robert Kirkman, but the thing is, it's not TV show. People that watch TV shows aren't quite the same as comic book people, right? People that read comic books will read it forever.
Yeah.
The story can go on forever. And it can go through those very lull moments, and it doesn't bother the reader because you're still reading something. You still have some, picture frames.
Yeah.
But for people that watch TV, you need a constant drive forward. You need something that makes you want to watch the show and continue watching the show. And people bitch and complain all the time whenever there's a lull, like a lull in the activity. Like season 2, when they were at the farm, people are like, "Oh, they're at the farm too long. There wasn't enough really going on."
I like that though.
Yeah.
It's the same complaints a lot of people have about like the Netflix Marvel shows. Like, I like the character development,
and it's good like that. I think that's good. I think it's better than a movie because it gives you time to get attached to a character.
Exactly.
Right?
Where the movies, you got like an hour and a half to like all of a sudden feel like you care about what they're doing.
Right.
And I don't. But in the show, even although Iron Fist I just couldn't get into that one.
It was horrible.
But the other ones, like I actually liked the characters, some of the villains. They did a good job of kind of like building up, and I like that. I'd rather have a story told to me than just, here, watch this, be happy, be excited. Yeah. Boom.
Yeah. So it's interesting that the numbers of people watching is not as high as it used to be.
I hear some fans, like friends of mine who are fans, that complain about it a lot. I'm like, hey, don't watch it if you don't want. I still enjoy it. I'm not entertained.
Yeah. But the one thing that I'm afraid of is if they don't come to a conclusion.
Yeah.
If they try to do the comic book and keep going, it's just not going to work. They have to kind of
figure out a way to.
Right. Because at some point the show is going to jump the shark.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those Fonzie on a motorcycle jumping the shark in a pool, and you're suddenly hate the show.
Or bringing Cousin Oliver into the Brady Bunch.
Exactly. Yeah. It's going to be one of those moments where they just try to beat a dead horse to get this show to go on forever.
Yeah.
But hopefully there'll be some more exciting moments, because there's plenty of exciting things in the comic books. I think they should just kind of condense what's going on in the comics and just kind of cherry pick some of the high moments and just make that, and then write an end to it.
Yeah.
There's got to be some sort of crescendo, There's got to be this just off the charts ending to it.
Yeah, I agree.
Where people will go, "Oh, I want it to go on more," but it's like, nope, we're done here.
All those people that were complaining about it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's, yeah. Also, I wanted to talk a little bit. Remember last time we were talking about one of my runner-ups for best slasher films, top 5, was Clay Pigeons.
Yeah.
Okay, so I watched
Great movie. Love that
movie.
movie.
I watched it this past week because I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to watch it.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
I realized in it, because it was filmed some time ago, the sheriff is Herschel from Walking Dead.
Is it really?
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, that's Herschel, but he's a lot younger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because that movie was what, like early 2000s?
Yeah. And when he turns, I just recognized it. Like, he turned around and said to the guy, "Do me a favor. Try not finding any more dead bodies." I'm like, oh my God, that's Herschel.
Wasn't his deputy's name Barney?
Yeah.
and Janine Garofalo's character, like, seriously?
Don't poke the corpse with a stick.
Your deputy's name is seriously Barney.
Seriously, Barney.
Such a good movie.
It was great. I forget how many like comical moments are in it too, but yeah, it was really good. Really good. So let's talk about our top 5.
Okay.
So this time around we're doing Scream Queens.
Right.
And
it was kind of a weird category, 'cause as Craig and I were kind of talking about it, because I'm not sure what the criteria was. Like
I'm
hot or good actress
whatever
or
whatever makes you pick
okay.
them as the top
Yeah.
five.
So I kind of hit a couple of the things that I
And when I think of scream queens, I'm thinking in general any woman that has appeared in a horror film, right. Any girl that screams in a horror film. So there's a big when you think about that and you think of it in that broad kind of view. There's so many to choose from.
There is.
It becomes very daunting to just pick out 5.
It did, yeah. It actually, when I had a hard time thinking I was going to be able to find 5, but then I was like, oh, I got to narrow this down a little bit.
So this is our third top 5 list. We're going to go with Craig first because first time it was me.
Yep.
Last time it was you. We'll go with.
Okay, coming in at number 5, I have Karen Black. She was an actress from the 80s.
What films was she in?
She did
I think I know. Was she in like
the Trilogy of Terror?
It's Alive and stuff? Was she in that one?
Yep.
She was the mom in It's Alive.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
I've seen that, but I'm unfamiliar with the actress. It's been a long time since I've seen that one.
She was really late 70s, early 80s. She was in a lot of horror flicks. Yeah.
Yep.
She was kind of cute too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the criteria I had for like all of mine, and like,
they had to be cute.
At least had to be.
Well, that's exactly what it had to be. Something like it had to be cute, or it had to be something like in my childhood that I had a crush on.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's also remember the horror movie with the little guy with the spear. Was that the Trilogy of Horror? I think that movie was called. That was from the 80s.
Yeah.
She was in that one. But she was a good actress too. I thought she could play like a really good crazy crazy person.
Yeah. Was she in the first Rob Zombie film? Wasn't she the mom?
Yes.
She was the mom, right?
Yep. I totally forgot about that.
And then they replaced the mom with someone else.
House of a Thousand Corpses?
Yeah. She was
that's okay. I know she is then. Yeah. She's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, she plays a really good crazy person.
Yeah, and almost every show she's in, she's that crazy person.
Yeah,
like It's Alive, she was the crazy mom.
Is it
the
same chick that plays Stifler's mom?
No. See, that's the replacement girl.
Okay,
that's the girl that was in
the second one.
Right.
Devil's Rejects.
Yes.
Okay,
because I was played the mom in Devil's Rejects.
But they actually do look similar.
Yeah. That's why I used her as a replacement.
I was gonna say that's Stifler's mom, but yeah, you're right. They are. Yeah, okay. But I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah.
I now have a face to the name.
Excellent.
Yep.
That's your number 5. Good.
Number 5. Number 4, I went with Jennifer Tilly.
Okay, yeah, I like her.
All right, yeah. She was in plenty of... And she's super cute.
Yeah.
That high-pitched voice.
Voice. I liked her as Chucky's,
the Bride of Chucky.
Yeah, she was great in that,
That was the Chucky movie I hated, though.
Yeah.
You know what? Sometimes when they go from the horror then to the comedy horror, I don't mind that. If it was something I watched on like DVD, like or Netflix or something like that, I didn't pay a lot of money to see it, so I liked it.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah, she was.
I like cheese.
Horror movies.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's some out there I can't think of that she was in, but I don't think The Bride of Chucky was her most famous either.
No, it wasn't. No. Yeah, that's a good selection. Yeah, that's good.
Number 3, I had Vera Farmiga.
Ooh, I like her.
Yeah.
She was in.
Man, you're picking ones that I didn't even think about putting on the list. Wow.
Well, she's in this.
She was Bates too on TV.
Yeah, a lot of the American Horror Stories, right? Oh no, I'm thinking of
no. She was the mother at Bates Motel television series, and she's the Lorraine.
I'm thinking
she's Conjuring.
Right, The Conjuring. She was the psychic. And
yeah. I wonder if she's related to that girl from the.
Oh, yeah. I think I know who you're talking about. She's kind of cute. Though,
the daughter in I think her last name's like.
Yeah, you know what? She sort of looks like her too.
Her name's like Tessa Farmiga or something like that. Yeah, I think.
Now that you say
I wonder if they're related.
she may be a good one.
Maybe.
Yeah, because she's in like the first.
What else was she in the?
Well, the great thing about her
Blackcoat's
is
daughter. She was in. I think. Right.
She was the thing is she is attractive, but she's also a great actress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that would
I know who you're talking about now, but
that would have been a good one. Her daughter as well.
Yeah.
I could have done a mother-daughter combo maybe. So she was number 3.
Excellent.
Number 2, I went with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, got her in there.
For obvious reasons. And my number 1 might surprise you, but it was Adrian Barbeau.
I'm not surprised at all.
I'm not surprised at all.
I had a poster of Adrian Barbeau
Listen, when
in
she
my
was-
bedroom when I was a kid.
Yes, when she was in Swamp Thing, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
I know. That was I think the first time I got the.
I think in like the fog too. Like I think just
Yeah,
that
she was good.
that sexy like
Yeah.
radio voice.
Yeah,
and
she's the DJ.
Yeah.
She's also in Creepshow.
Yeah.
No, love Adrian Barbeau,
Yeah. That's yeah.
and she's in a lot of good movies.
Indeed.
Yeah, for sure.
Indeed.
That's your number one.
You want my honorable mentions?
Yeah,
or-
you got some?
Yeah, I went with. I know you guys won't like this, but Sherry Moon Zombie. I went with.
She's not a good actress, but she's cute.
Yeah.
I thought she played a good crazy bitch in House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects.
She was great in House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She played that role well.
And another one that sort of maybe fly under the radar was Christine Ricci.
Oh yeah.
I went with her
Oh yeah.
for
Okay.
an honorable mention.
Very
I really liked her in Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, that was a good movie. I liked
Oh
it.
yeah. Excellent. That's excellent. Good list.
Thanks.
All right, let me give you mine. So my number 5 is Courtney Cox
Oh
from the
yeah.
Scream series.
Yeah,
I
she was
mean,
she was
come on,
she was good in those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She was one of the ones that I was kind of,
And she wasn't in any other real horror movies. Like the whole Scream series was kind of her thing.
yeah, but she did well. I mean, it was a great role.
It's fantastic. Fantastic.
And she's kind of like scary looking now. Like, so like, have you seen her with like all the
Yes.
like injections or whatever that she's
Dude,
got going on?
she's trying to fight aging
Oh,
horribly,
it's-
and it's just working out in a
It's
bad way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
her lips are like I don't know. Yeah,
She looks like.
And
probably
she's
that-
skinnier
what's-
than ever too, man. She looks
Yeah.
like hell.
You know when South Park spoofs Michael Jackson, that's what she looks like. She looks like the South Park spoof of Michael Jackson.
Oh my god, that's horrible. That's horrible. My number 4, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yep, I was real close to getting her.
The first time I know what you did last summer.
Yeah,
I know exactly.
She.
Yeah,
I'd had a crush on her.
And you gotta, I mean, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like,
and again,
and
good
The Grudge.
The Grudge. Yeah,
good movies.
Yeah.
too. Yeah,
and she was
So-
also in Scream too.
Yeah, and she's very cute, and
Yep.
she still looks pretty good today.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
And she's like, she makes like food now or something. She got like a cooking,
Really?
like a cookbook or something.
Interesting.
Nice.
My number 3, Adrian Barbeau.
Okay.
Because
These were not coordinated
No,
at all.
no,
We all
no,
just kind
no.
of came up with these on our own.
And the thing is, number 1 with me for her was Swamp Thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and number 2, Creepshow.
Yep.
Yeah, Creepshow. Like it was funny too because I was looking up that sketch, the crate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was such a great like he kept envisioning like killing her like
Yeah.
different ways.
Yeah.
Like cause she played like a
Nasty
nasty
bitch.
drunken bitch.
Yeah.
And Death House. She was great in that
Yes.
too. Number 2.
And she was married to John Carpenter.
Number 2 is Heather Langenkamp.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Because again, Nightmare on Elm Street and Dream Warriors, I had such a crush on her when I was in junior high school.
Yeah,
I
I
was
wasn't
like, she
really
was
attracted to her.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
something
right?
like Girl Next Door
Yeah.
kind of thing. With
Yeah.
her, you
Yeah,
know?
That's why I
definitely.
like
Yeah.
like Sarah Michelle.
She's also in
Gellar,
The
sort of.
Shocker.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she played
Like Nev
She was a
Campbell
great
and-
screen-
Yeah.
And
Screams
recently Hellraiser Judgment.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I didn't see that one.
I haven't seen it either, but
Yeah, my number 1, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I was very young, and she
Yeah.
was like,
oh, hey, you don't have to. It's kind of weird that like
Trading places, right?
Yeah,
Not a horror movie, but
it's kind of weird that we all came up with these separately and
we're all pervy in the same
Yeah.
way.
all right. So
for the same reasons, right?
so actually, my number 5 is Emma Roberts.
Okay. She's good.
Besides
I like
Scream
her.
Queen, she's been in numerous American Horror Stories. She was in The Black Coat's Daughter.
Yep, I saw the Black Coat Starter.
That
was sort of a not the
Horror-ish.
but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and she was also in Scream 4.
Yep.
I like,
Yeah.
I like Emma Roberts. Yeah, it's a great
She plays a really good bitchy chick, and she's kind of cute.
That's a good choice.
Number 4, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Okay.
Look at that.
Yeah, like I said,
That was my number 4 also. That's crazy.
what's even crazier is my number 3, Adrian Barbeau. Yeah. And again, I have Swamp Thing, The Fog, and like I said, she was married to John Carpenter for like a 5 year, and she I wrote some stuff down just because other than just saying names, I wanted to like know some stuff about them. And Creepshow was
Adrian Barbeau in her youth.
Dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like I said in The Fog, like just the radio show host and Swamp Thing too, when she was in that just her little like little nightie there in the
swamp.
Yeah. Okay, my number 2 is Sigourney Weaver.
Oh man, yeah. All right.
Aliens is a horror kind of, right? Like it is.
I never found her that attractive.
No. She's badass.
Definitely badass.
You didn't think she was hot in Ghostbusters?
No,
really?
I did.
Yeah.
There's something about her jawline that just seems manly. And
she is. She's like 6 foot.
Yeah.
For some reason I've always had a thing for her.
And now when you compare her, she kind of looks like Glenn Danzig. Kind of looks like her now that he's really old. They almost look like you could put her and Glenn Danzig next to each other and not be able to.
Well, yeah, because she was the bad guy in The Defenders.
Yeah.
And she looked. Yeah, I mean, it's bad. I feel bad for women because more often than not, men age in like a fine wine or cheese, whereas women just age.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's not their fault.
No.
My number 1, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Come on.
And I didn't realize this. She was also in The Fog.
She was.
Yeah.
So I have a couple honorable mentions. Heather Langenkamp is one of my honorable mentions.
Well, she was in Prom Night too. Jamie.
Yeah, Prom Night too. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yep.
Nev Campbell, I have as one of my honorable mentions.
I almost.
She was the girl next door.
Definitely.
For me too, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, and it was kind of. I didn't watch Party of Five, but I knew a lot of people that watched it, and so when she came out in Scream, and everyone was like, "Yeah, she's that girl from Party of Five." I was like, I might have to start watching that show.
Yeah, I watched Party of Five because that's when I met my ex-wife, and we used to watch that show together.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Carmen sort of sucked me into that show too. She liked it. That was our
Party of
sit
Five.
down. That was our sit down.
Yeah.
And then I picked this one because her one role just had something for me as a kid, and then as I looked through, I was like, oh, she was in that too. And there was like several movies that I saw that she was in. Linnea Quigley, she was the punk rock naked chick in Return of the Living Dead.
Oh yeah, what else was she in?
She was in Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Wow.
Night of the Demons, Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. She was actually in tons of like B horror movies.
Wow.
And she's really cute. Like
she is.
Yeah, she was like a model. She also was like like she plays like music and stuff like that. So
that's crazy.
For some reason, when we were thinking of this, I was like, I really dug that chick in Return of the Living Dead, the punk rock red haired chick that so I threw her in there too. Very because for a different reason, just because So yeah, I mean it's kind of funny that a lot of our lists are very
So we all pervy in the same way. That's all. It just exposes us all as the same kind of pervert. But that was a good list. That's great. I spent a lot of time trying to research because I know as a kid there were so many horror movies I watched where there were attractive women in it. I'm trying to remember. Okay, what movie was that, and who was the actress? And
I tried picking actresses that did more than just one.
Right. Yeah. I try to do that too.
Yeah, and in most cases they all did, except Jamie Lee Curtis. Really, she was only and the same with Jamie Lee Curtis was only in when it comes to horror movies, the Halloween horror movies.
Prom Night
and Prom Night and
The
Fog.
The Fog.
Oh, I forgot she was in The Fog. That's right.
And she was in Scream Queens, which is not really a horror movie, but it's a horror TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And Sigourney Weaver, besides Aliens, I mean, Ghostbusters isn't really a horror, but she was also in Copycat, which wasn't a horror per se, but like a slasher.
Richard Grieco.
And The Village, which was so
that was a horror. M. Night Shyamalan, but I know the first half of that movie was great.
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. Yeah, and once they exposed that it was bullshit, they ruined that movie. Yeah, it was a little in the beginning.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, very good. Okay,
it's
so
sort of like a Quiet Place, right?
So we have two movies to talk about.
Yes, we do. We have the first one.
Can I just say,
I don't even remember the name of the really bad one.
So it was called.
I don't. That's terrible.
Since I was the one who picked it, let me just explain myself. It was called All the Devils Are Here, and actually it was called Sleepwalkers originally.
Yeah,
the guy wrote it on a $30,000 budget.
It looks like he spent less than that on it.
I swear I went and it got a 5.9 out of 10 on IDMB, which is above average, right?
No,
yeah, but how many votes were? Was it the actors all?
Well, that's the thing. I swear.
The guy that produced the movie
on Netflix, more of the reviews were good than bad. I found several websites that reviewed it, and everybody gave it like good. I couldn't find bad reviews other than a couple on Netflix. Not that you could find a lot of reviews, but I really did look to find it, and I was like, in the trailer, when you watch the trailer, I'm like, this looks pretty good. So that's what I picked. All the Devils Are Here. And it's supposed to be his homage to 80s kind of several genres of 80 horror, like slasher, zombie, vampire. Okay, so that's
just a preface to everything we're about to say. Right?
That's my.
It was picked based on what we thought were good reviews,
right?
And it just turned out not to be.
Right. Now, there was some decent gore in it here or there. Like there was a head getting ripped off.
Right.
There was a woman giving birth to some sort of like hybrid zombie baby thing.
Yep.
There really wasn't anything scary at all. We were like 3/4 of the way through the movie before.
Right.
Yeah.
My biggest
it was going nowhere.
My biggest complaint is the pacing was too slow.
And there was no story. There was no development of a story. You're like watching this and going, what's supposed to be happening?
There was a very fragile kind of straw man of trying to develop the characters.
Yeah.
But I never felt connected to any character.
The only one I kind of liked was the ex-con, the black guy.
Yeah.
He was kind of funny.
I think he was almost the main character, really.
Yeah. When they had him chained out to the pickup truck with that weird thing running the woods, y'all gonna just leave me out here? Like that goat in Jurassic Park?
Yeah, that was good.
That was funny.
That was good,
it was so... Yeah, there was no story, really.
The pacing was bad. The story was bad. When they did have a little bit of action and gore, it was like brief, and there wasn't very much of it, especially the beginning. Like I said, the pacing was really bad.
It was bad, because like I said, we paused it at one point, and it was like 3/4 of the way through the movie, and we really didn't really get the feel of that, other than a couple bits and pieces here where like people got killed or disappeared. Nothing like made me feel as though it was scary or horrific or
no. Yeah. So maybe and that's the thing is when we walked away from it, we didn't complete the movie.
No, we didn't.
We need to make that clear to everybody. We did not make it through the whole
and
movie.
I think we had about 15 minutes left, so it would have been easier for us to finish it, but
yeah.
But it was so painful just getting to that point that it was not worth watching the last 15 minutes. But I want to say that maybe we were mistaken. Like maybe it's not really meant to be a real kind of horror movie. I don't know. But it just seemed like it.
But it didn't even seem like there's those ones that are like supposed to be spoofy horror. Like it's not a spoof, but it's not like a funny horror kind of.
Right. It wasn't like a kind of campy in your face thing.
No.
It was like they tried to be serious. But
yeah. And that's the thing. Earlier we talked about how we like stories that develop character and aren't just hey, an hour and a half, let's cram as much as we can. But it seems like they forgot and then just at the end threw in like, oh hey, we're almost out of budget. We need to shoot an end to this movie.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Because actually, like the camera work was not bad. I mean, it was a good picture. Like it didn't look like it was shot on a cheap budget.
No,
it had some really good '80s like montage kind of music in it. Remember, like it sounded like there's like Rocky like a fight song in it.
Yeah,
but yeah, like the story just drug.
And all the reviews that I read was saying that was the director, one of his best pictures, and I'm like, really?
And I read he had a Reddit thread where he introduced the movie. And there was 2 people on there that watched it and said that he needs to make a sequel. And I'm like, what? Like, was it like his cousin or like?
Yes.
And again, I like shitty horror movies. Like I can find funny but yeah. And I was the one who picked it, so I was really trying to like give it a shot. And yeah,
it was not.
I think I did make a suggestion before we watched it on another movie. I don't remember which one that was, but.
I don't remember either.
You did, but again,
maybe we should watch this.
I was trying to find like it's good to watch something that
No, and it was-
one
No,
of us has seen or all of us
Right.
have seen, and to rewatch it. But I was trying to find something that nobody's seen before.
No,
you
and
know,
that was a good idea. I mean, the concept of doing that, watching a brand new movie, something independent, something we probably have never seen, which we
Right.
haven't.
I'd like to find those diamond in the roughs for sure.
Yeah.
and like I said, I really did look and saw a lot of positive reviews about it.
Yeah.
So I
and
thought,
like you said, IMDb, that's like
yeah,
that's what
5.9 out of 10
Like
was,
I go
was pretty
anything
good.
higher than a 5 is usually really good.
This was not a diamond in the rough. This was a turd in the punch bowl.
Yes.
Turd in the punch bowl.
It was, yeah. So I apologize, fellas. You know, I did send you a trailer to the next one that we're going to watch at my house. I don't know if either one of you watched it, Attack of the Killer Donuts.
Yeah, I did watch it. Yeah. That one looks like it's going to be a good campy kind of.
Yeah,
of
it
movie.
looks stupid, but it's kind of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes kind of thing. But donuts, I mean,
Yeah, that sounds like it could be a entertaining movie. It's an entertaining concept. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, that was horrible. But we made up
yeah,
by watching a very, very good movie, and that was A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place.
yeah. And we just saw it 2 nights ago, right? We just went and saw it.
Yeah, and I was floored by it.
It lived up to the hype. It really did.
Absolutely.
I was kind of worried, you know, because sometimes you hear all those reviews. Well, again, I've read some reviews of one, and I was like, oh, it's getting a lot of really good reviews. But it's a horror movie. It's PG-13. I'm like, I'm going to temper my expectations.
And just 4 characters, actually 5, but you know. One.
No, six.
Because you're talking about the old.
Yeah, there's 6.
And 3 things.
Well, when it comes to developed characters, there
Yes.
were really only 4.
And they did a good job developing them. Like I cared about
Yes.
them.
Yes. You kind of felt the tragedy that happened in the beginning
And the
how-
urgency of getting back to the house, and like you were there with them.
Yes, and one of the things that really made an impression on me is when they did the deaf girl's point of view, the complete silence.
Yeah, and you know, at first in my head I was like, well, how do they all know sign language? All like they're all like pretty good at sign language. And I think the movie started. It was on like what, day 43 of the
Yes.
event,
Yep.
or
Yeah.
And I was like,
I think it was 89.
was
I
it
thought
that?
it was 43 or 48.
But yeah, so I was thinking to myself, I'm like, they picked up sign language pretty quickly, like, you know.
No.
But then it made sense that the girl was deaf.
Yeah,
And that doesn't really ruin anything, like saying that.
Right.
No,
She had
and-
the cochlear implant.
Yeah.
Right?
And we saw it on a Tuesday night, and it was a full theater.
It was actually, yeah. When we first got there, it was really just us, but it just got, which, you know, I loathe to get there late because sometimes you end up trying to find a seat.
Especially at that movie theater where you got to wait in line at the snack bar.
Right.
Yeah.
But then if you get there too early, you sit through like 45 minutes of trailers
Yeah.
and commercials.
And there were a lot of trailers.
Dude, yeah, there was like a half an hour of commercials and trailers.
And I was happy and thrilled that the audience was quiet.
That is one of the most impressive things about seeing that movie is I think for anyone viewing the movie, this is a test
Yep.
of the people in your general vicinity and how shitty they may or may not behave at a movie.
Right.
Because it was
Yeah, because the people behind us
surprisingly
had a bucket
quiet.
of popcorn. I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
and the baby crying in the front.
Yeah, like, yeah.
But
It
the
was
good-
relatively quiet, though, that baby. Like,
Yeah.
when I first heard it, I was like, son of a bitch, seriously?
Yeah.
But then I think I only heard it like 2 more times. So
Yeah.
actually, I think all of us thought there was a baby in the movie. Like,
Yeah,
we're like,
the one
is there
scene-
like a baby somewhere? in
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
But, yeah.
The silence was good. When it was silent, I was very surprised at how silent the theater was. And the moments of true silence, when when they showed the deaf girl's perspective, there wasn't a peep.
Well, because it was typically an intense scene too when
Yeah.
when they show her because
Yeah.
and that's and I'll say that was probably the most intense movie I've seen. I mean, I
In a while, yeah.
I was hanging on the edge of my
And
seat.
it's funny, too. Like, I think I said this on our way out. Like, it's weird how just it being quiet for like 10 minutes, any loud noise like
Scares the crap out of you.
Yeah, it
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so much so that after the first 2 scares like that, I was like anxious the whole time.
yeah.
Every time it got
Maybe
quiet,
that
I was
on
anxious.
purpose, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh, now it's quiet again. What's going to happen?
Yeah, and the girl in front of us, she jumped. She was a seat jumper. She jumped. She
Yeah.
jumped out of her seat.
I did the first one, the very first one.
Yes.
I jumped pretty good.
Yeah, so did I. So
Yeah.
did I. Yeah.
Now, did you guys notice, like, in the background, because it was quiet through a lot of the movie, like something that sounded like bombs being dropped, or like there's every once in a while you just hear like a loud like in the distance, kind of like a.
I didn't catch that.
No.
Yeah, and I totally missed that.
At first, I was like, "Is it maybe the movie next door? Like I'm hearing something happen, or and it could have been
that's a possibility.
It's possible, but like it was kind of constant throughout. I kept hearing like a.
Well, let me tell you, I'm going to see it again with my kids.
All right.
Once I told my kids it was great, they're like, "Oh, we want to go." I'm like, "All right."
Yeah, I told my wife because she'd like it. I said it's kind of weird though because like 80% of the movies it's quiet.
Yeah,
it's the script had to be like what 5 pages long.
Yeah.
How do you think it'll carry over to just watching it at home? Not the same.
I think it would be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd probably have to just turn the lights off.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's
Yeah.
definitely
No
turn the lights out.
external noise.
You got like a good.
Everybody would sort of just have to.
You got your entertainment system set
down.
up with some good speakers. Like
Yep.
I think on a regular just TV speaker, I don't think
No,
it's gonna.
good surround sound would probably make a difference with that. Yeah. But I can say I was really impressed.
Oh, yeah,
Really
absolutely.
impressed.
Yeah, and I think everybody did a good. Like even the kids, I thought were pretty good at their.
Well, leaving that theater, I was thinking John Krasinski's career is made.
Yeah.
That's it. He had to do this one movie,
Yeah.
and that's it. He's set. Done. I'm pretty sure he's the golden child of Hollywood right now.
Yeah, I think I too. It was like talking about reviews. They said it was like the best showing in South by Southwest.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we've been
They
talking
said
about
that
this
was-
movie for a while now. I mean, it's been probably since the first show that we've been kind of talking.
Yeah, we were anticipating this one.
Yeah.
This
And
was
it's great how
since it right.
I don't know if you've noticed it or not, but 2 trailers,
Yeah, and they weren't a lot of giveaways either,
No.
right? Yeah, it was,
and the second trailer they only released
Right before
after the movie
Yeah.
came out,
Right.
and it gave you a little bit more of what was going on. But prior to that, you really didn't know what the movie was about. It was,
yeah.
Yeah.
What was
A
the
Quiet
other one with
Place.
the dollhouse? Did we
What's that?
the one where they showed the dollhouse?
that's the one that got all those rave reviews of being the scariest movie at the what was it, the Cannes Film Festival or whatever.
okay.
Yeah, that's the one. It's called
Is there a release date on that? I think that might.
yeah, because they're showing trailers for it now.
Okay, so we need to put that on our. right.
I forget what it was called.
Oh,
What was the name of
It
that?
started with an M.
What?
And there's a big actress in that one too.
Yeah,
right?
it's what's her name? The was in the Conjuring, right? Isn't that the same girl or no? No, it's not. You're right. What was the name
I
of the
think it
movie?
starts with it like merciless or something like.
No,
It's one word.
it's Hereditary, right?
Oh,
Mons Pubis.
It's called.
is it? No, it is.
That's
It's
2 words.
hereditary.
It's called Hereditary.
It's hereditary. Yeah, so I think that'll be our next. Like I said, that like Quiet Place was, since it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hereditary, and the Toni Collette is the actress.
Yeah.
Because she was in. Wasn't she in? Desperate Housewives. Is that what she's from?
And I never watched
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So that one is the one that. Remember I sent you guys the link. It was like the scariest movie ever. Even like
Yeah. Yeah, it's got that weird shapey kind of thing in the back, but you can't really tell what it is.
So like Joe Blow and like Arrow Through the Head and Bloody Disgusting are all saying like this is the scariest movie.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying scariest
And
movie.
that gets
they've
my
seen.
attention because it takes a lot for me to get
yeah.
scared.
Yeah. So that's definitely something we need to see.
And that's like A Quiet Place. It was more intense than scary, I guess. I don't.
Yeah, I'll settle for intense though. Like I like intense. Like
yeah.
there's definitely jump scares, but there was a lot of dread, like anxiety. Like
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
And that's a horror.
it's one of the only movies that has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
What's that? A Quiet
Wow.
Place.
No,
Hereditary.
Hereditary.
Oh really? Well, and
Wow.
when's it getting released?
June 8th is the general release. So this was everyone who saw it is because of the film festival release where it was.
Oh okay.
And it won all those awards, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, this is so scary!" So the general release to all theaters nationwide is June 8th, and Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 100%. IMDb gives it a 7.4 out of 10,
Wow.
and Metacritic is 89%. Pretty
Hmm.
good. So it should be an impressive film, Hereditary.
Let's hope.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
That's
Not
a
sure
lot
what
of
it's
hype.
really about, but
That's all right. I mean, we didn't really know what A Quiet Place was going to be about.
No.
All that much either.
no. But
No.
A Quiet Place was very good, very very good. And I think I was looking at John Krasinski. So this is not his first time directing,
Oh no, I thought it was.
but it's the first major picture direction, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Which whoever, and I'm sure he didn't get paid that much money, but I'm sure
And it
his,
probably didn't have that big of a budget, that movie. Either, if
no,
you think
but
about it.
I'm sure that his
Asking fee is gonna-
is going to be skyrocketing at this point.
Yeah.
And you didn't see that much of the monsters really.
No.
No.
So chances are they blew their entire budget on the monsters to get them to look good, and 4 actors as
Yeah.
main characters,
and his wife,
two
you
of which
think
are
she would
kids.
take a discount,
right?
maybe?
And a
Right.
very very limited what am I thinking? Location.
Setting,
Yeah.
Like the location for filming was
Yeah.
limited, so it's like they probably didn't have to pay a lot of money to do all that.
No, and yeah, I mean that wasn't. There's no studio. I would guess maybe the corn.
No, I think all of it was probably an on-location thing.
Yeah,
And chances are they filmed it in Georgia because everything's filmed in Georgia
Yeah,
now because
it's like
they're
the new
giving so many
Hollywood.
massive tax breaks for people that film in Georgia, which is crazy. Because if you look now, almost every TV show,
yeah.
every movie is filmed in Georgia. It's crazy.
That is kind of crazy.
Yeah. And it's because Georgia's giving, basically big breaks for any company that wants to film in their state.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
So you think he would stick with the genre? You would hope.
I don't think so.
No.
No, because I read an interview where he said he didn't like horror movies.
Wow.
He in fact,
Jeez.
just coming to do this, he said he called himself a scaredy cat. He said he's not good with horror. And when he read the script, he liked it so much or read this story,
Mhm.
he had to write it into a screenplay. Him and some other guy wrote the screenplay. It's pretty amazing. Pretty
Yeah.
amazing.
That would be sad though, because I'd like to see some more horror work.
Well, I think what happens is, with someone like him who's definitely made a name for himself at this point, he might get to do whatever he wants now, and
Yeah.
he may not choose to do a horror movie ever again. So who knows?
Art House.
Yeah, yeah. You never
The
know.
Notebook 2.
Yeah. So that's hopefully he
Did you-
does maybe some comedies or dramas or something. I don't know, but
Did you like it better than it?
no.
No.
No, I don't think so.
Listen, I've watched it 3 more times since I bought it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I think there was probably the horror element of it was more
Yeah.
pronounced.
Yes.
Like
Like we were talking
And
about being scared.
so I'm talking like the story and the character development in it was really good, as it was in A Quiet Place. But there was more dread, I think, in it than there was in A Quiet Place.
Yes.
I mean, I like them both, but if I had to pick between the two, I think
Yes, I would definitely classify the feeling generated by it as dread, but the feeling generated by A Quiet Place is more of anxiety,
Mhm.
maybe desperation.
yeah.
Yep.
It was very different in terms of the
Some
theme
sadness
and
too.
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Sadness.
yeah, like the whole the really, and what John Krasinski said in all his interviews, it's a family movie. It's about
And
family
yeah.
and family bonds.
Yeah,
and
and sure was.
yeah. And it was quite amazing at that. And it's just like the secondary thing is that it's a horror, but it's primary is it's a movie about family and relationships.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it was very good.
Yeah, and he did a really good job of
Yeah.
relating that.
Yeah. So I recommend to anyone that wants to see a great movie, that is the one to see. If you don't have a big budget for going out to the movies, spend your money on that one.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You won't be disappointed. All right.
How
I
about
almost-
a topic? You guys want to maybe discuss a topic, top 5?
Oh yeah, what do we want to do next time?
Yeah, let's
You
think
wanna
about
save
that.
What have we done so far? Scream Queens, slashers, and zombies.
Yep. Do you want to go for classic monsters? We'll do like either mummies, werewolves, vampires.
Like
You
so,
can pick
like our
one?
favorite vampire movies.
Yeah, let's pick
Yeah.
top five vampire movies.
Okay, that
Okay.
works.
Yeah.
Oh, I got my number one already.
Oh, dude, I already know my top 5.
Yep.
Because I vampire movies are probably my favorite genre out of them all.
Yeah.
And I have my top 5.
Yeah.
And I always tell people all the time, you want to know my top 5? I actually have a top 10.
Oh,
so
wow.
The other 5 will be honorable mention.
Yeah.
So top
that'll
5
work.
vampire movies.
That's awesome.
And then we should think about, so this time around for watching a movie is my place, right? It's my turn? Because we did
Maybe mine.
Zombies.
Yes.
Then we did
Yeah.
Devils are
whatever was
All the
that was
Devils Are
called.
Here?
Yeah, all the devils are here. Whatever that
all the devils are here, and they wrote a shitty movie.
horrible movie is all about. That turd in the punch bowl. And the next one's in my place.
Yeah.
So
I'm
we'll-
trying to think of the name of that movie. And
What I'd like to do is go with the theme of vampires. So we will watch a vampire movie.
Okay, that works.
okay.
I'll pick it, and it's probably going to be a classic.
Okay.
So, and it may be one that you guys haven't even seen.
Oh, I
Okay.
would like that.
That works. Yeah, I like to see new stuff.
Excellent. So I'll have something picked out, and then we'll get together maybe in a week or so or 2, and we'll watch a vampire movie, and then we'll come up with our top 5 vampires and honorable mentions.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think I have my number one, but maybe another 1 or 2 pops into mind, but I'll have to do some thinking.
Yeah. So, any additional movies coming out this summer, horror movies that we haven't talked about yet that you may have maybe caught a trailer or caught some wind of and seems like it might be good? What
That
were the-
Hereditary, like I said, that's coming out.
Yep, that one's
That looks
definitely
like
on
the
our
only
watch
thing
list.
on because when we went to go see A Quiet Place, there wasn't any.
Wasn't there
horror.
something rated R that's supposed to be coming out
There
soon?
wasn't any horror previews.
Yeah,
Usually,
Yeah, I was
the
disappointed in that.
The reason for that is because there's no horror movies coming out from that studio. Like, so if it's whatever picture you're watching, it's mostly their studio's things you're going to see previews for.
all right.
But I thought there was a couple horror movies that were going to be rated R.
Oh, the Nun's supposed to come out this summer.
right.
Yeah,
That was one.
Yep.
And that's the last in the series of
Conjure. Well, it's a
Conjuring.
spin. It's sort of
it's a spin-off.
Yeah. I know it's not related to the Conjuring movies.
Oh, okay.
It's that nun character. So I'm sure they'll get you.
Which, by the way, in the Conjuring,
And that looks creepy. I mean,
Yeah.
that nun was creepy in that movie.
in that
So,
in the
that's-
Conjuring movie that scared the piss out of me.
Yeah,
the
the
scene
shadow
when she
walking on the wall, and then as soon as it got to the painting,
It became real?
Oh, I know that was super
That
creepy.
was
That's why I said
scary.
this movie should be good.
I think,
And this is like scary. You know what I mean? These are things when you go home, you're like, oh, that's a little creepy. You know?
yeah. Truth or Dare, the preview for
Yeah.
that looks stupid. It's one of those teen
Yeah.
movies. Like,
yeah.
It sort of had that Joker smile.
yeah. It's,
Yeah, I was like,
it's a cheap thrill for
Yeah.
teenagers.
Yeah.
The American Horror Story new season comes out, I think.
Okay, and
Next
there's
month,
some.
I think, and that's supposed to be, I think,
some-
a combination of the first season and the third season.
Okay.
It's like
Those are two of my favorites.
yeah, I believe it's supposed to be Coven and what's the Murder House? Was that the first one? Was it called
Yeah.
Murder House?
Yep.
Yeah, I
Murder
believe
House.
it's like a combo of the two.
Nice.
And it's Kathy Bates is back in this one.
Okay.
She wasn't in the last one.
No. Yeah, the last one was.
Yeah, I liked the previous season.
Oh no, she
Roanoke.
wasn't she? Oh, Roanoke.
Roanoke, I liked. That was probably my second favorite.
How about? Have you read anything about Demon House?
Oh, but that is that the one with like the different slasher guys in it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's coming out this summer too, I think.
Like all the different characters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the dude from The Hills Have Eyes and the guy who plays Jason Voorhees.
Yeah,
and
it's like a demonic portal to hell or
Yeah.
something in the house. Yeah. So that might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I only saw one preview of it, and it looked pretty good. We'll have to check.
it's like
that
the
one out.
Expendables of horror.
Yeah.
Did you see the Conjuring movies, Chris?
Only the first one.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I haven't seen the others.
So you have to.
I,
you'll have
I'm
to
not a
watch the
big-
second, aren't you?
I'm not a big like ghost
Okay.
movie guy.
Have you seen pictures of the nun?
Mm,
Oh boy. Yeah. Check
okay.
check a picture of it.
I think I did see the trailer for the new one though.
The
Look it
Nun?
up. Yeah, the nun from The Conjuring. Yeah, it's. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, she's creepy.
Yeah. is a painting on the wall.
Yeah, in the office.
Looks like Marilyn Manson
Like
kind of.
in the second one, there's a painting in the office of, I guess Ed was a painter, right? And it's in Ed's
Yes.
office. He's a painter, and he paints these, visions or whatever he sees.
Yeah, it's the way he deals with all the shit he had. He goes through at the.
So he has this painting that he drew in his office, and his wife walks in the office because
she was in there for something.
She was looking, maybe she had she sensed something or something like that. But she walked in the office, and the door slammed behind her. Maybe,
and then the lights went out by the painting.
Yep, and you see the shadow just
come across the wall,
like sideways,
slow.
like real slow of this nun. Like it's just a shadow, so you can't tell what it looks like. And then it gets behind the painting, and it turns, and then it sort of grabs the face, and it just starts. It was so. That's why I said
it was kind of creepy. It was one of those moments because it kept flashing back, and you're looking at the eyes of the painting, and then you see the shadow, and they look at the eyes, and all of a sudden, wait a minute, the eyes don't look the same. Boom, and it came out of the painting.
Yeah.
It was almost like
Sorry to spoil,
the girl with
you don't like those movies.
The girl with the flute.
Yeah.
And it was like that.
Maybe they'll probably have a scene. You can check out the scene if you don't want to watch the movie. But
has anyone seen the Insidious: The Last Key?
No,
I haven't seen it yet either. Once that comes out on DVD or download, we should check it out.
Sort of in between right now. It's not in the theaters. It's not on DVD yet.
It's funny how movies are really coming out faster, though.
Oh yeah,
because they already announced Black Panther. Blu-ray and digital download in June.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it just
it's still
came
in
out in November. Yeah. So they're getting faster and faster. I think we're going to get to a day because the number of people going out to the movies, the size of televisions now, and now with 4K Blu-ray players, I think we're going to reach a day where studios are going to be like, okay, movie, and the following month DVD.
But see, even here's the thing with that is, I sort of don't like 4K.
Really?
Because it looks too good. Like even when you go to see a movie in the theater, it's not 4K.
Mm-hmm.
It has that dullness to it.
Right.
Right? When you watch a movie on... that's what I like, that dullness of a movie.
It looks too realistic?
On TV. Yeah, it's weird. That's why I said...
yeah, it does kind of.
You know what I mean?
I like it. I like 4K. For some things, I guess.
So, yeah, and I heard what they're going to do, maybe, is they're going to charge you $50.
That's what I heard, yeah. So you can get it when the movie comes out in the theaters.
When the movie comes out in the theaters, you can have the option of paying $50 to watch it at home instead of going to the theater.
Yeah, digital download at
home. If you take
$50.
your family to the movies, you're spending...
True.
Close to $50.
15,
That's true.
Yeah.
So they're giving you the option. They'll say, hey, it's $50 if you want to rent it at home when it's out in the theaters, which is kind of cool. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, because think about it. When I do
keep
IMAX...
it then, or is it just for like a...
No, it's digital only. You don't get to keep it. So it's like it's like a rent, just like you're going to the movies.
Yeah. Got you.
And it's... When I think about it, I don't know that I would pay that for all movies.
No.
Because I prefer... Like, when I go to movies, I prefer IMAX now.
Yeah, there's certain movies that I want to see in IMAX.
And that's pretty much all I see most of the time because of the fact that my TV is a 65-inch 4K.
Mm-hmm.
I can watch great movies at home. The only thing I can't get is the IMAX experience.
Right.
Yeah.
So every movie that I can, I go to see it in IMAX. Problem with that, $15 a ticket.
Yeah.
And then my kids want to go with me. So now you're talking
and
$50.
a 1.5 pound soft pretzel.
In a theater that smells like booty.
Theater that smells like someone took a dump in it before we got in there.
Sticky floors.
Yeah, it's just not good. The one nice thing about the IMAX AMC is you pick your seat. You get a numbered seat.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so you
don't have to worry about showing up like.
Yep, you can wait until the trailers are over and then show up.
That's over in Saucon.
Yeah,
that one.
Yep, and you go online, you pick your seats. It shows you what's available, what isn't. You highlight the ones you want, then you pay.
Like a sporting event. Huh?
Yeah, it's nice.
Have you done RPX? I think it's very similar to.
I haven't.
It's very similar to IMAX.
Yeah,
it's their version of IMAX because I went and saw I think Star Wars over at the 248 theater at their RPX, and it's basically like IMAX.
Yeah, I don't go there because that's where my ex-wife and her boyfriend go to the movies.
Oh,
so
got you.
I try not to go to that theater. I don't want to run into them.
Got you. I got you.
The Strangers.
I think that's out.
Yeah.
That's out right now.
Yeah.
Right? And then I saw there's this B movie, The Meg.
Oh, the shark.
Oh,
the
yeah,
shark
about
one.
the giant shark. Yeah, that's right.
It's almost like Sharknado.
Yeah.
There's another Sharknado
So
coming out.
Strangers
There?
was
There is.
good. I mean, that could have potential. I really enjoyed the first one.
I really did enjoy the first one. I think I remember seeing the
But like I said, that you might you sort of have expectations what's going to happen.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That was sort of a
Yeah, there's some that the sequels,
Yeah.
and they would have been better to play, come out with a sequel a year or two later instead of like 10 years later.
Oh yeah, that has been a long time,
Yeah.
hasn't it? Yeah.
The other one that I'm kind of looking forward to is The House That Jack Built. I don't know if you guys seen that one.
That's a
That's
song
a
by
remake,
Metallica.
right?
Yeah, Uma Thurman, Matt Dillon.
Yeah,
Is
but that's a remake. I think I might have seen the original one.
really, yeah. So
I think.
this one comes out this fall,
Hmm.
November 2018. The House That Jack Built. It's a psychological horror written and directed by Lars von Trier.
Ooh, I like him.
Yeah, starring Matt Dillon as the role of Jack. The story follows Jack, a serial killer, over the course of 12. And it cut the text is cut off. That's great.
Did you ever see Antichrist by Lars von Trier?
Yes.
Oh my God! Speaking
Yes.
of horror movies,
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
and Dear Wendy was
Dude.
another good one by him.
The Antichrist.
Ugh.
There are some scenes in that are just
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some things you don't expect to see in a movie.
oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah.
Dear Wendy was good. If you haven't seen that
I
one,
haven't
I
seen
recommend
it.
that too.
Yeah.
It's about a group of kids who get bullied, and they form this like group that idolizes guns.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Bloody Disgusting has a good review first look of The House That Jack Built. So it is a
You said
remake.
it's not until November.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boring summer, huh?
So it's following a serial killer, Jack, over a span of 12 years and introduces the murders that define Jack's development as a serial killer.
Okay.
You experience the story from Jack's viewpoint while he postulates each murder as an artwork in itself.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's it'll be interesting. It says that
I haven't
they
seen
was-
Matt Dillon in forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy,
right?
right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, this is a tribute to a very similar short film from 1932, a German horror film called Vampire, directed by another Danish filmmaker. So, should be interesting. Sounds like an interesting concept. I don't think I've ever seen a movie that kind of way. I mean, we've seen movies from a killer's point of view,
Like
but
Maniac.
yeah, but we're not like this. So this seems like it'll be very interesting.
I like. It sounds like it has the backstory too, right? It's
Yeah.
neat,
Yeah,
kind of cool.
yeah. Slender Man is.
Yeah.
And my daughter wants to see that. Yeah. I think a lot of kids.
I think I'm
going
gonna
to
pass.
That one.
That's another teen. Yeah, they're trying to grab the teen.
And Unsane. Like, have you
Oh,
seen
yeah.
the trailer
Yeah,
for
that looks good.
That one looks really.
We
good.
actually, my daughter and I almost went to see it last week, and then you know how teenage kids are. Like she changed her mind. Like we left the house that morning for school that we were going to go that night, and then that night she's like, I don't think I want to go. I'm like, all right.
I almost went to see it on last Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like it wasn't playing
It's
at
only
a convenient time.
yeah, it's only showing. Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
thing too. It's showing at like 2 theaters and like 2 times.
Yeah, and the time wasn't. It's like,
Yeah.
well, I'm going out to dinner. with
9:45 or
Right.
like 5:15.
Right. So like I was going out on a date. I'm like, well, we're gonna go to dinner, but then like the movies during the time we're gonna have dinner. So
Yeah.
it's like I guess we're not seeing Unsane because they didn't have any better time slots.
It does
the
look good,
story?
though.
What's the story on that one?
It's a female who believes she's being stalked, but she's not sure if she's actually being stalked or if it's in her
Oh,
head.
I did see the preview for that. Yeah, yeah.
So then she goes to get checked out and she gets committed, but she's still
Yeah, she still thinks she's
The
not-
stalker is still
Yeah,
there in
she's
the
a-
hospital.
she's having
and-
this
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I did see the trailer for that.
yeah, and then she keeps seeing the one doctor as like her stalker,
right,
And
she just keeps slipping further and further into delusion.
yeah. But it makes you.
Or
wonder,
is she?
Is she really?
Yeah.
So yeah, it looked good.
I thought it looked good
and
too.
the girl I took it out on a date was like, "Yeah, that sounds like a good movie." And I'm like looking at the times and going,
Yeah,
"Oh, we
shitty
ain't
times.
gonna see that one." And then we wound up seeing Ready Player One or whatever, which it was on at like 9:45, so we went to see that one. But that was a good movie. Not a horror movie,
It was
but
like
a
2.5
good sci-fi.
hours or something crazy.
It was
too, right?
long.
Yeah.
It was long. The great thing I liked about that movie was Steven Spielberg, but somehow got the rights for like all of the things you remember from the 80s.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's like Spawn, there was the Iron Giant, there were like all these.
Oh wow.
Yeah, all these characters from movies, like and video games. Even they had real video game characters. I'm thinking this
That's
movie
pretty
had
sweet.
to be expensive just in licensing
Yeah.
of all that crap, and not to mention that say 80% of the movie was completely CGI, like in this virtual reality.
Right.
world.
So that kept the budget down.
Maybe. I mean, those computers is expensive,
Yeah.
but I don't know how much it costs, but I
Not
do
as
know
much
that
as a high-end actor or actress. I don't think.
probably. I
Yeah.
think about Robert Downey Jr. Like, how much is he making
Yeah,
for
that's what I
Iron
was
Man?
saying.
Yeah. Right.
He's priced himself out of movies now.
What does he need to do anymore? I mean, I guess if he wanted to do them, he could.
I don't
but-
think he needs to. I don't know if you follow him on Instagram. He posts the best,
Yeah.
craziest crap all the time. He wears like costumes. Like on Easter, he dressed up as an Easter bunny, and like he was out in this park dressed as the Easter bunny, and he had like this Happy Easter freaking. And almost every week he's in a different costume.
That's funny.
Yeah, his Instagram is hilarious.
Yeah, I don't have Instagram.
Really?
I don't either.
No, because my daughter's on it, and I feel kind of weird that I just don't do it. That's the only reason.
But you're on Facebook. Is your daughter on Facebook?
No,
No, she's not.
no.
You know, that's the thing is my daughter said Facebook's for old people.
Yeah, that's true.
But my daughter's on Twitter and I'm on Twitter.
Yeah.
I have Twitter, but I don't really do a whole lot on it. I
Yeah.
follow some people and I read their tweets, but that's about it.
I follow like hundreds of people.
I follow
and,
about like 15.
Twitter's one of those things where the cool thing about Twitter is, and I was talking to my kids about it, like when I was a kid, if there was someone that you thought was a great actor, great actress or whatever, you never got to like interact with them.
Right.
But on Twitter, you can.
Yeah.
You can interact with anybody.
The Rock is funny on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of funny actors. One of my favorites is Richard Dreyfuss.
Really?
His stuff is great.
I could see
Mark
it.
Hamill's great too.
Yeah, Mark Hamill's great too. And the thing is, Mark Hamill writes back to everybody. Same thing with the creators of Rick and Morty. They write back to everybody.
Really?
Yeah, you could put a comment on one of their feeds, and if they find it interesting, they'll write back to you. And that's something that I like because,
kind of cool.
yeah, as a kid, I didn't get a chance to do that. So now my daughter's like interacting with all these people, and I'm thinking that's cool. As a kid, that's got to be
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah. So, all right. I guess, did we do an hour already?
Yeah, past.
Oh, yeah. We're like 10 minutes past.
Mhm.
Fantastic. All right. So, I'm going to try and edit this one quickly, and then and then next month we'll do the next one.
Sweet.